Got a quick battle here from Drago versus Link 5. And this was just on a quick battle, so using CA's unit caps, not like tournament stuff. And thus we have triple Gnoblar Scraplauncher and Ironblaster versus High Elves. Okay. Some good old-fashioned Anticity style Ogre Kingdom's Kite, like when Warhammer 3 first released. So triple Gnoblar Scraplauncher, one Ironblaster. Where's the third Scraplauncher? There he is. Some Gnoblars to protect them. Man-Eater's Great Weapons guarded by Iron Guts, and then 4 Saber-Tusk packs, Slaughtermaster of the Great. No, Slaughtermaster of Beasts with Flock of Doom. Interesting. For the High Elves, 4 Illyrian Reavers, 2 Silver Helms, the Fireborn Dragon Prince's ROR, Checklist with Flock of Doom, Regrowth, Flaming Sword of Ruin, and the Net of Amtok. That is a lot of spells. And then Spearmen and Archers. Prepare to get kited as the rocks come sailing in, doing big damage to the archers so far. Checklist already throwing out a bound fiery convocation down the side of these Gnoblars. Do they see it coming? Yes, they do. They start to dodge during the very long wind-up time. But it happens to hit a second Gnoblar, who was also retreating at the time. Saber-Tusks and Iron Guts going to take care of those Illyrian Reavers on the flank, but these Silver Helms, seeing that most of the mobility is busy, is going to try to charge in, but Maynard's Great Weapons with a counter charge will make them regret that, so they're going to quickly try and run away. And the kite continues. Scraplaunchers and the Ironblaster still firing at the poor High Elves marching up. And these Illyrian Reavers, even if they get onto a Scraplauncher and Ironblaster, it's not like they're going to insta-kill it or something. This is problematic, though. 4 archers firing at that Gnoblar Scraplauncher. It has to sail away real quick. And the Fireborn going to try and join a fight to help out these Silver Helms get a nice side charge onto the Saber-Tusk packs. Ow. Big hurty. Yeah, and the Saber-Tusks are taking an insane amount of damage from that charge from the Fireborn. Iron Guts also will not have a good time, since the Fireborn got primary AP. Armor-piercing damage these days. In the center, Teclis is fighting with the Iron Guts, who are marching forward. Looks like they routed off an Illyrian Reaver. Simple enough. Spearman going to hold Gnoblars in place for a while, and the Archers are just trying to get in range. Those damn Scraplaunchers and the Ironblaster are causing them so much grief. Man-Eater's not going to collapse in on the Fireborn just yet. The Fireborn look like they're instead going to go for a rear charge on the Man-Eaters. Man-Eaters do a lot of damage, but they are very squishy. Do not enjoy getting charged by anti-large cavalry. Man-Eaters now see it coming, turn around, but it is too late to save themselves from the charge of the Fireborn. So far, really good cap engagements for the Fireborn. Elsewhere, the High Elves have not been having a good time with their cap engagements. The Fireborn specifically are having a field day at the moment. Currently cleaving through the Man-Eaters, and yep, they're even going to receive their regrowth that they really want. Unless that's a Butcher. No, it is a regrowth. So the Fireborn doing a lot of work. Archers trying to reform lines, but they're getting shot down the side by the Ironblaster. I kind of want to see this next shot come in, though. The Ironblaster sucks at range. It's kind of like a shotgun unit right now. So even that far away, its bullets spread too much to do real damage. It looks like it's going to get peeled off by the Spearmen. And the Fireborn, 50 out of 60 models still. An overcast regrowth trying to keep them healthy as they chase the Man-Eaters down. Gonna rout those guys soon. Iron Guts also trying to stay in the fight, but Spearmen will peel them off. And what are the Archers doing? Looks like they're trying to help out, trying to just kill Gnoblars and such, as Iron Guts slap them. Fireborn look like they're not even going after the Man-Eater's Great Weapons anymore. They're just going to charge into the Iron Guts. Really doing all the work here. Lance is couched, and their third spectacular charge onto unsuspecting Ogres units. Get a bit of damage down. I worry about them not finishing any of their food and instead just starting a whole bunch of different meals at the same time. Meanwhile, the Scraplaunchers are starting to miss a lot. Now that the High Elves have dragged themselves into these very thin formations, it can be sometimes difficult for Scraplaunchers to get really good effectiveness out. Teclis trying to peel himself with Fiery Convocation bound spell. Again, the Gnoblars might dodge it with a super long wind-up time, but it appears the Ogre's micro is elsewhere, and those guys do get deleted. Fireborn getting Flock of Doomed and fought by the Iron Guts. Man-Eaters straggling into the fight too. Fireborn starting to regret not finishing those guys off. Did take a lot of health off the Iron Guts, however. And that means all 3 of our true Ogre units have taken supreme damage. Leaves just Saber-Tusk packs and the single entity artillery tools to try and carry this game. Fireborn will be a bit of a problem, especially if they keep getting healing like that. That might just heal cap them. But with 3 Nobbler Scraplaunchers and an Ironblaster, if you all fire at the Fireborn, you could do some serious burst damage and maybe knock out a couple models. There go the Bandits, great weapons, Iron Guts close behind them, especially with these Spearmen coming in. And all the High Elf Archers appear to be offline. Their Silver Helms aren't feeling too good either. And just a couple Spearmen running around, 3 of them in fact, that are healthy. 1 is half health, but we'll see. The Ogres still have a lot of ammunition left in those kite tools. But I am very concerned about what these Fireborn can do. Looks like some of the ranged units have taken notice. I see one big arrow coming in for the Fireborn as they're going to charge into these Iron Guts. We're getting a Butcher right now that's healing them up, but as soon as that fire damage is applied, reduces the healing by half. And also just the crazy damage the Fireborn are dealing with these guys is problematic. Teclis is getting very low. Pops a Sword of Teclis for a little bit more power reserves. But the Fireborn should be able to peel off these defenders, and then honestly could do a lot of damage to Slaughtermaster, but I'm worried about them clumping up in front of ranged units, so I do think that this is the right call, not to clump up around the Slaughtermaster and instead keep hunting with those guys as they're down to half HP. Heal cap is very, very close. The Scraplauncher takes out a couple models on the charge. Poor Fireborn. Nobblars mount a pitiful defense against the most elite cavalry possibly in the entire world, and they immediately get run over. Nobblar Scraplauncher is in trouble, but the Ironblaster is offering a bit of supporting fire. The High Elf Spearmen trying to dissuade this, making sure that if the Ironblaster stops, it is going to get stabbed repeatedly. Looks like they have, actually, yeah, they have taken decent damage for sticking around too long. Fireborn getting their final regrowth. That will officially heal cap them, so there's no further reason to regrowth them. Fireborn hunting down Nobblar Scraplaunchers, taking out the Saber-Tusk packs. Balance of power is extremely even as Teclis is trying to chase down the Slaughtermaster and keep bothering him, harassing him, trying to keep him in spears. The Slaughtermaster would beat Teclis a 1v1, but he's mostly worried about the spears there. One Scraplauncher is routing. It looks like the Fireborn will not bother to chase it down entirely, or will they? That is a tricky situation, because the longer you chase, the more time something else has to shoot at you. But if you don't chase it, then what was the point of routing it? Because it is just going to come back and shoot you in the back. Fireborn get intercepted by Saber-Tusk packs. They didn't have attack orders on the Saber-Tusk, so they didn't get a good charge onto them, but still, Saber-Tusks are just so wounded that they'll be routed quickly enough anyway. Scraplauncher is back in the fight due to the sacrifice of the Saber-Tusks, and the Ogres are falling a little bit far behind. Not a little bit far behind. They're a little bit behind on the balance of power. The Fireborn are just getting attrition down by how many things they have to kill. Solo carrying a game will really take it out of you. And then the High Elf Spearmen, I do worry that they'll just get kited into the late game. They don't have the speed to keep up with the Ogres' artillery. Fireborn down to about 1,000 HP. Flock of Doom whittles a couple more of them down, and they get the charge in. That Scraplauncher is doomed. But what of the other ones? And Teclis is also doing some lip trolling. Ironblaster is trying to kite away from these spearmen. Aiming at the Fireborn in the distance. Go, little Rhino, go. You pull that giant cannon. There's the shot. Hits some of the Fireborn, doing a good bit of damage, while Teclis charges in the Ironblaster. He's trying to take that out instead, but now that will open him up to a rear charge from the Slaughtermaster Beast, who's skipping into the fray. Slaps Teclis right in the bum. Only 40 melee defense on that High Elf. Not a ton. And Teclis has been using all of his Winds of Magic on regrowths. Not that that's a bad decision. I wonder if he has enough wins to use a net or two occasionally. Another Flock of Doom is out from the Slaughtermaster as he side charges into the Fireborn, though. The Ironblaster going to take a lot of damage. Can the Fireborn's leadership hold to at least kill the Ironblaster? It does not look like it. Maybe, possibly 0 leadership. And a Dismember to slow them down, but the Ironblaster routes. Can the Fireborn go after it uncontested? Scraplauncher is going to fire up and over into them, while the Slaughtermaster of Beasts is also taking a lot of damage from the Spearman, but Teclis is not going to stay in that fight. He's going after some of those single-entity artillery pieces himself. And now the Fireborn are routing. The Ironblaster only has 3 shots left and not a lot of HP. The Scraplaunchers have a lot more ammo, but still not much HP remaining. And the High Elves are getting some archers and other various reinforcements back, as the Scraplauncher is going to fire at Spearmen at close range and at a good angle. It should be able to get a shot in. Decent little poke damage there. Iron Blaster is back. Turns the fire at the Spearman approaching it, then it's just going to kite away instead. We have literally one Maneater with a great weapon running around. Scraplauncher over the top, gets a couple hundred damage as the Maneater, Tyrone, shatters in the face of a High Elf Spear line. I'd say I blame him. That is certain death awaiting him. Fireborn are back, 3 models. Charge into the Iron Blaster, take a couple hundred HP off as a Flock of Doom will whittle them to nothingness. For sure they die to that. Oh, they don't die. 3 HP, 2 models, but they do shatter. So that's enough. Teclis is hunting down a Scraplauncher over there. Spearman caught another one on its own as some High Elf Archers are returning to the fight. We have 7 Iron Guts who aid the Slaughtermaster in routing off these Spearmen. Iron Blaster is back, 1 volley left on it. Looks like it's going to shoot up and over at Teclis. That is a bold strategy, Cotton. When you only have 1 shot left, I might want to get a lot closer before I take a shot, but it looks like he's going for it. Teclis getting constant rear attacks onto the Scraplauncher. That Iron Blaster is trying to line up a shot. Teclis, you gotta finish this and move on, because you got Iron Guts and Slaughtermaster Beasts eyeing you up. Another Scraplauncher in the distance has rallied. I think that's the first time that specific one routed, so it should be able to come back. Teclis is still chasing this thing off. Negative 23 leadership as some shattered Noblars run sideways along the edge of the map. I guess they don't want to go off the map. They just want to hang out. Where's the Ogre that was piloting this? Teclis just overcast something. There's a Flock of Doom onto those Iron Guts coming up at him, but I don't know if the Flock of Doom overcast was worth it. Ocean of Troy heals him up a little bit, gives him some damage resistance. He does rout the Iron Guts with that Flock of Doom. He's trying to run past the Slaughtermaster Beast, but there it is, a Dismember locks him in place. That guy swung super early and definitely missed. Don't fully know what he was on about, but he gets back in on Teclis. Swings early again, misses Teclis, like literally misses him. That time he hit him, but last 2 times it's just been literally not connecting at all. As the Iron Blaster gets its last shot off. Teclis is still trying to run away, 34 speed to 54. But Dismember wears off, he gets back into the flow of things. Scroll of on the Slaughtermaster at this point in the game. Alright. Teclis takes a charge with the Iron Blaster. This will open up to a rear charge from the Slaughtermaster, who again swings like way too early. And then Teclis Flock of Doom's 2 single entities. That is a misplay for sure. Flock of Doom does nothing to single entities, so a bit of a whoopsie there. Teclis is going to run away from this fight. As the Iron Blaster and Slaughtermaster try and chase him down. We still have a ton of High Elf Spears around the battlefield. And only 1 Scraplauncher with 6 ammunition left to fire at it. There's another Flock of Doom overcast. Damages the Slaughtermaster. Guess everyone's obsessed with damaging themselves for these things, I guess. It's fine. Scraplauncher routs and shatters. The Iron Blaster is about to rout, and it will shatter too because it has routed too many times before. Seriously? I've seen this thing rout at least twice. That's the 3rd time. I thought that would shatter it. Whatever. You don't have any ammo. You're dead to me regardless. Ogre's very low on the balance of power, but there is still the Slaughtermaster. And Teclis, again, extending really far to fight just this Iron Blaster that has no ammunition. He misses a couple attacks in a row on it. It gets an attack on him, and now the Slaughtermaster Beast comes in behind with a karate chop. His cleaver is slicing through Teclis. Teclis, stop. Run away. Stop casting Flock of Doom on single entities. Don't overcast Flock of Doom on Ogres either, because it's just going to hurt you more than it's worth. And also, just the Iron Blaster's out of ammo, dude. Just go back to your Spears and your Archers. You'll be fine. He is trying to retreat now. The Iron Blaster is after his ass. He goes back to his Spears. Run, Teclis, run. For sure, that Iron Blaster will shatter next time it gets hurt. As the Slaughtermaster charges through. Teclis is going to take a fight with the Slaughtermaster, though. Slaughtermaster gets another slap onto him. Teclis does not have any potions of Croy left, so he's going to need a regrowth to deal with this. We have some spearmen trying to rejoin the fight, but Dismember slowing them down so much. The ogres have apparently got a crazy amount of army ability this game, because I'm seeing constant dismembers, and we even saw a butcher earlier. But Teclis overstays his welcome, fighting the Slaughtermaster, does get routed, and might get chopped to death. Another chop comes in, it misses Teclis though. Spearman trying to surround the Slaughtermaster. The only spell he has is Flock of Doom. I wonder how many winds of magic he has left to keep spamming it as he's running towards the archers who are firing at him for now. Their leadership is faltering, especially with their lord sprinting past them and a Slaughtermaster angrily charging. Look at him hopping. Look at him go. Cleaves through those guys, and they are going to rout. I don't blame them. I would too. Fast forward as the Slaughtermaster tries to chase down Teclis. Dun 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 dun. Teclis tries to kite around him, but he routs again. And then is an ogre victory as the High Elves surrender. Not wanting to get a Flock of Doom kited in the late game. So the triple kite tools worked. Kinda. Look at that bloody guy. They got there. 3,100 value on the Ogre Lord. Maneaters and Iron Guts did okay. Largely got hunted down by the Fireborn, who I'm expecting to have crazy value. Scraplaunchers still suck. They are trash, garbage, terrible. Ironblaster is also very, very bad. For Link, the Fireborn with 4,800 damage value. Yeah, that tracks. Spearman also did pretty good. Archers struggled a lot because they just got kited out, but I don't know. Scraplaunchers are too unreliable. They're kind of janky since single entity chariots aren't good at like aiming the correct direction and shooting. And then when they do, their accuracy is just not there. Same with the Ironblaster. Their damage is good if they ever hit, but they don't hit very often.
Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.